What if the food sitting on your plate right now is quietly helping you build strength or slowly working against your health without you realizing it? Red meat is one of the most debated foods out there. Some people swear by it, others avoid it completely. So what really happens if you eat red meat every single day? Let's talk about it. Red meat has been part of the human diet for thousands of years. Steak, burgers, lamb, pork, beef ribs, these foods are deeply rooted in American culture. Backyard barbecues, family dinners, fast food, fine dining. Red meat shows up everywhere. But over the years, red meat has gotten a mixed reputation. Some say it builds muscle and boosts energy. Others say it raises cholesterol and increases health risks. The truth sits somewhere in the middle, and it depends a lot on how much you eat, what type you eat, and what the rest of your lifestyle looks like. Today, we're breaking down what actually happens inside your body if you eat red meat every single day, the benefits, the downsides, and the one thing most people completely overlook. Let's start with the biggest benefit people notice first: protein. Red meat is packed with high-quality protein. Protein helps build and repair muscles, supports immune function, and keeps you feeling full. If you lift weights, do body weight exercises, or stay active, daily red meat can help with muscle recovery and strength. This is why athletes and gym goers often feel stronger when red meat is part of their diet. It delivers all the essential amino acids your body needs in one package. Now let's talk about iron. Red meat is one of the best sources of heme iron. This type of iron is absorbed much easier than the iron found in plants. Iron helps your blood carry oxygen, which directly affects energy levels. When you eat red meat daily, many people notice less fatigue, fewer dizzy spells, and better endurance. This is especially noticeable for people who previously had low iron levels. Next up, vitamin B12. B12 is critical for nerve function, brain health, and red blood cell production. Red meat is rich in B12, and without enough of it, people can feel tired, foggy, or weak. Eating red meat regularly helps keep B12 levels steady, which supports focus, memory, and overall energy. Now let's talk about zinc. Zinc supports immune health, wound healing, and hormone production. Red meat is a strong source of zinc. When zinc intake improves, immunity often improves too. This can mean fewer colds, faster recovery, and better overall resilience. So far, red meat sounds pretty great, and for many people, it is. But now let's shift gears. Let's talk about digestion. Red meat takes longer to digest than lighter proteins like fish or beans. When eaten daily, especially in large portions, some people experience heaviness, bloating, or sluggish digestion. If your meals are heavy on red meat and low on fiber, your gut can slow down. That's when constipation or discomfort shows up. Now let's talk about saturated fat. Red meat contains saturated fat, which isn't evil, but too much of it can raise LDL cholesterol in some people. When LDL cholesterol stays high over time, it can increase the risk of heart disease. This doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, especially if red meat is eaten daily without balancing foods like vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. Let's talk about processed red meat. This is where problems increase fast. Bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, and pepperoni are processed meats. They often contain high sodium, preservatives, and additives. Eating these every day is linked to higher risks of heart problems and digestive issues. Fresh, unprocessed red meat behaves very differently in the body than processed meat. Now let's talk about inflammation. Some people feel fine eating red meat daily. Others notice more joint pain, stiffness, or inflammation. This can depend on genetics, portion size, and overall diet quality. If red meat replaces vegetables, fruits, and fiber-rich foods, inflammation can increase over time. Now let's talk about gut bacteria. Your gut bacteria thrive on fiber. Red meat contains zero fiber. If your daily diet leans heavily on meat without enough plants, your gut bacteria diversity can drop. That can affect digestion, immunity, and even mood. Now let's talk about weight. Eating red meat every day doesn't automatically cause weight gain. In fact, protein helps control appetite. Many people feel fuller and snack less when meals include protein. But portion size matters. Large portions every day add extra calories fast, especially when combined with fries, bread, and sugary drinks. Now let's talk about cooking methods. How you cook red meat matters a lot. Grilling or frying at very high heat can create compounds that stress the body. Cooking methods like baking, slow cooking, or pan-searing at moderate heat are gentler. Burnt or charred meat eaten frequently isn't ideal for long-term health. Now let's talk about mental health. Red meat provides nutrients that support brain function, like B12, iron, and zinc. Some people notice better mood and focus when red meat is part of their diet. However, diets heavy in red meat and low in fruits and vegetables are sometimes linked with lower mood and energy. Balance matters. Now let's talk about hormones. Red meat contains cholesterol, which your body uses to make hormones. Extremely low-fat diets can sometimes disrupt hormone balance. Eating moderate amounts of red meat can support hormone health, especially for active individuals. Now let's talk about frequency. Eating red meat every day in small portions is very different from eating large steaks every night. A few ounces with vegetables is not the same as a giant burger every night. Most health guidelines suggest limiting red meat to a few times per week, not because it's toxic, but because balance improves long-term health. Now let's talk about alternatives. Rotating proteins helps. Fish supports heart health, chicken is lean, beans provide fiber, eggs offer nutrients. When red meat is one part of a varied diet, problems are less likely. Now let's talk about personal differences. Some people feel amazing eating red meat daily. Others feel heavy, inflamed, or sluggish. Your body gives feedback if you pay attention. Energy levels, digestion, skin, and joint comfort are all signals. Now let's pause for a moment. So is red meat good or bad? Here's where it gets interesting. The most important thing about eating red meat every day isn't the meat itself, it's what it replaces on your plate. If red meat pushes out vegetables, fruits, fiber, and variety, health slowly declines. But if red meat fits into a balanced plate with vegetables, whole foods, and movement, many people do just fine. Red meat isn't the villain or the hero. Your overall pattern is what matters most. That's the big reveal most people miss. So let's wrap this up. Eating red meat every day can support muscle, energy, iron levels, and nutrient intake. But daily large portions, processed meats, and poor balance can increase risks over time. Moderation, quality, and variety matter. Choose lean cuts, watch portion sizes, pair red meat with vegetables, and mix in other protein sources. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you eat red meat every day, a few times a week, or not at all? And have you noticed how your body feels when you eat more or less of it? Drop your answer in the comments. If this video helped you, like it, subscribe for more simple health breakdowns, and share it with someone who's confused about what to eat and just wants the truth explained clearly.